There's a sensitive question, or the person thinks that this is a sensitive question. So what part does religion or race or culture actually have to play in people wanting to have children? So what's the impact of religious convictions or like cultural beliefs on having the desire to have children? Yeah. Anyone can take this. Mariam, you want to go first?
Yeah, when we want to have children, we see it as a trust from God. And we want them to be of benefit, of good to the community. So we see children as bringing our community forward, and also to help, as mentioned in the presentation, that is there a need for children in Singapore? Right, that is one of the questions that was asked. If there are no children, if you are not going to have children because we feel that there's too much of a problem, there's too much of a burden, I'm going to give up this and give up that, then what's going to happen to the next generation of Singaporeans? Where are we? We need to be there to build our country, to build our communities. And Islam also, as a Muslim, right, we believe that we need our people, our youngsters to grow up there to be leaders, right, to be out there in the grassroots, to be out there helping out other less fortunate people also. So if we don't have children, then where are we? And we start complaining about, foreigners coming in lah, and foreigners do this lah, foreigners do that lah, and then we don't want to have children. Right, so it is about developing people and about developing the country and doing things for the country also, and culturally and Islam.
I think that religion does have a certain thing to say about the importance of genetic connection as well, in the sense that I think that, the concern of genetic connection, which fuels all this demand for surrogacy, I think is kind of almost overly focused on possessing and owning and ensuring one's continuity, the DNA continuity and all that. Of course, there are good, nice, sentimental reasons. I imagine that if you're fully in love with your spouse, you may want to have, a child as a result of the love between you and your spouse. So the sentimental reason is understandable. But also there is, if it is very much ownership and possession of the child as opposed to stewardship of, perhaps in some religion, what God has blessed you with, a gift that God has blessed you with, a person made in the image of God, worthy for their own, whoever God made them, then there is a sense of stewardship rather than ownership. And parenthood then, I guess, becomes, raising that person to be, to the fullness of that person's destiny. So it does have that kind of impact, I suppose.
If you have a God who you think is amazing, wonderful, and smarter than you and I, then I think we need to allow ourselves to embrace uncertainty. And when we step into parenting, we are actually embracing a lot of uncertainty. So I would caution us against just thinking that just because my religion encourages kids, which my religion does, we therefore need to act on it immediately without translating that philosophical thinking into our hearts. Because when you execute an order from your religion without emotionally embracing the beauty of that philosophy, when things go wrong, you just end up as a very bitter but still religious person. And of course, eventually some people exit from the religion of their origin because they feel that their religious dictates have sabotaged them. So it's important that in our religious practice, we actually allow it to sit with us and work through our own inadequacies, as well as perhaps our subconscious difficulties. So like for me, growing up in a complex family structure, made me feel that if I cannot provide the best for my kids, then I shouldn't do it. And being involved in a religion that encourages kids as a gift from God was a little bit difficult, because to me, I viewed them as an unwanted gift. And it was important to then say, actually, if I'm going to embrace these ideas well, I needed to address the subconscious fears that were driving my decision making. And that's what made, to me, religion real and valuable. So I would say, as valuable as religion is, be careful about using religious dictates to suppress your primary emotion. Instead, let your religion have an opportunity to become reality in your heart, especially when it involves another life.